Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Make Believe, where we're playing the house in Fata Morgana. Last time, things got a bit crazy. Nelly found out that Mell was with the silver hair girl while she was having to deal with the fiance Arthur. Then she went home and ended up scratching her favorite painting and found a secret message, which she then deduced that the silver hair girl is their half sibling from their mother and the painter. Realizing that was in love with a blood related person, she kind of went a bit insane, visiting the girl in the middle of the night and then visiting Mell while using some silver hair. I have no idea what happened to her. Hopefully, she's okayish. I can't really say okay because after what happened, there's no way that she can be totally fine. But yeah, Nelly went a bit insane. So things took quite a turn last time, and we'll have to see how we're gonna be moving on now. An inescapable labyrinth. Dearest Mel, everyone just loves to dote on me. They're always telling me how pretty I am. Mother does, father does, and all the maids too. I can do anything I want. So for me, acting like a spoiled child is the only form of rebellion I have. I don't have the kind of freedom you do, Mel. I'm just a doll for the family to play with. When I have visitors, it's only ever for show. So it's not my fault that I don't have friends. Dearest Mel, you're the only one who's ever cared about me more than anything in the world. Dearest Mel, I'm always knew how I would react if you fell in love. I would cry my eyes out. I would envy her to death. I would get angry as a bull. Hopefully the envy her to death wasn't literal, but eventually I would have given up. Oh, we still need to reach that part. I knew I could never have it my way after all. My feelings would never bear fruit. So why? Why did she have to be your sister? Tell me, why? Oh, this little music. Oh, their child selves again. All the way back to the beginning, huh? Oh, dearest Mel, here you are again reading such hard books. Your eyes will go bad if you spend too long staring at pages. I'll be fine, Nelly. It's not like I'm reading 24 hours a day. No, that's not good enough. If your eyes go bad, dearest Mel, you won't be able to see me anymore. You worry too much. I can see you fine and well, my princess. Your hair, glimmering like the sun, and your beautiful smile. I can see you clear as day, and that will never change. um, did things get redder? Plus, the skies are clear today, so you're even more radiant than usual. You know, this is my favorite season. Winter's cold, and there's so much rain. I can't stand it. But as it gets closer to my birthday, the clouds go away. And I just adore the sun. Ah, yes. It's almost your birthday, isn't it? Have you decided what you're going to ask father for? Not yet. I want pretty dolls and shoes with sparkling gems. And I also want a pretty dress, like the ones mother wears. A list that long is asking a bit much, even for a father. But, but dearest Mell, hmm? I already have what I want the most. So the truth is, as long as I have that, I don't need anything else. Oh? And what would that be? The hairpin they bought for you the other day? Or maybe the song they had written for you last year? None of that, silly. Hmm? Then what could it be? Now I'm really curious. What is it that's so valuable to you? That's a secret. Girls have so many secrets. I just don't know what to do. Say, dearest Mell, would you run your fingers through my hair? Just for a little bit. What was that? What's got into you, Melly? Why are you so hungry for attention all of a sudden? Please, dearest Mell. I can't really tell what's popping up on the screen. It's going by too fast. Oh, Nelly, what am I gonna do with you? Come over here. And I want to sit on your lap. Yes, yes, as you wish, my beautiful, beautiful little princess. Say, dearest Mell, what is it this time, Nelly? Right now, I'm so incredibly happy. I saw a little of the image that popped up. Oh, and out of curiosity, who was it that you really cared so much about? Yeah, this game got a dark turn. In a fever frenzy, Mel fled from the mansion. Even in early summer, the night was cold, and to make matters worse, raindrops pelted him from head to toe. But that caused him little discomfort, for a far greater maelstrom of pain rampaged within his breast. At night, the town took a different appearance, like this game. Not simply for lack of illumination, but the people active within it as well. It was not a suitable place for a young aristocrat man to go wandering unattended. The darkness is not only for the abode of devils, but of beggars, thieves, criminals, and all manners of things undesirable. But despite that, he continued to run, knowing not where he was to head. He simply went where his feet took him, and where he arrived was the church. Father! Father! God, God should be able to offer me counsel, to answer all my questions about that painting, about her, and about Nellie's feelings. Not her lies, but the truth. Please, open the door. Open the door. But as you might expect, the door was locked, and the priest showed no sign of responding to his calls. The sound of the pouring rain drowned out everything else. Ugh. His head dropped feebly, drooped feebly. He looked like a helpless little calf who wandered alone onto a dark, precarious mountain path with no end in sight. Why? Why won't anyone tell me the truth? All I want, all I want is for someone to tell me it's not true. Kinda opposite there, huh? Have I sinned? No, I didn't know anything. I didn't know. No, no, none of it's true. So I haven't done anything wrong. I am not at fault, am I? Nevertheless, his sister's claims and her laughs continued to echo within his head. If he truly believed it to be false, he would have gone to look at the painting. That he could that he could not was an indication that uncertainty had a stronger grip on him. Fragmented images of a white-haired painter fluttered through the back of his mind, but he desperately shoved them aside. What good is the church? What good is theology? What good is God? I. What? Something moved near the boy. It stood immediately behind him and grasped his light dressing gown. I have no idea who could that be. He could be the priest. He could be the silver hair girl. He could even be Nellie. Or it could be a fourth character we don't know yet. He had been so consumed in his own world that he had not noticed the person's presence until they were close enough to touch him. What? Who are you? Standing there was a beggar dressed in tattered rags. The fourth choice it is. He's still begging at the church? The hooded beggar tentatively extended his hand towards Mell, pleading for relief with sad, slender fingers. Were he a generous young man, Mell would have given the beggar something. Were he generous, of course. Lord, get your filthy hands off me. I don't have a damn thing to give you right now. Don't you dare touch me. Suddenly, the beggar's head turned upwards. My eyes catch the beggar's. Her hood fell back, revealing a hairless head. Oh boy. Why? And a pair of red eyes gazing bitterly, though with a familiar, distinctive glimmer, at Mell. It wasn't a first choice. It was a second choice. Red eyes. She immediately covered her face and turned to run. It can't be. That beggar that's always been here was a... But you said yourself that they would not survive much longer. How could you be certain she was that same beggar? Wait! Wait for me! Perhaps, as someone of such a high social standing, all beggars appear the same to you. Or perhaps you wanted to believe your meager generosity made a difference, that you did something of value. I will not say it is wrong to think so. Wait for me! I chase after the fleeing girl. Though I shout for her to stop, she continues to run. The rain's so heavy, I'm afraid I might lose her. I'm terrified. But I didn't do anything wrong, did I? I'm begging you, please stop. I just want to talk. She comes to a stop at a corner. Please, do not go around this corner. It's you, isn't it? I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? What I said back there was terrible, and for that, I'm truly sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Please, come back to me. If you're concerned about social status, I'll figure something out. And Nellie's getting married off soon enough. Oh, yeah, Nellie. Nellie did something horrible to you. She's lost her mind. She was talking nonsense. But don't worry, she'll be out of the picture soon enough. I'll make sure you're safe. Say something. Please. Are you angry? You're angry, aren't you? I am not angry at you. I am not. Did you know everything? Did you come to our house aware of everything? What? Did you? Tell me, please. The priest isn't around, and everything Nellie says is a lie. You're the only one who will tell me it's not true. What are you? Our relationship. Yeah, like I said, she does not know. I don't understand what you're saying. I see. You don't know. You don't know. It's for the best. Nellie's the only one who knows. And she'll be gone before long. Everything will be alright. Lord Mell. It's so... be alright. Let's go back. I'll make sure you're never put in danger again. I'm begging you. Stay with me. My appearance is no longer suitable to stand at your side. You saw how unsightly I am back by the church, did you not? Hair can grow back. That's not a problem. Now I truly look the part of the hideous witch. But I am to blame. It was a sin for me to find happiness in your kindness. What are you talking about? My sin was falling in love with you. Not what happened to my father, nor how we had to spend our days. There's no sin in that. We have our whole lives ahead of us. Don't we? With enough time, this whole tragic mess will be behind us. Things will only get better from here. I'll be your prince, like the one who took the girl to see the outside world. So please, give me your hand. Come to me. Don't leave me all alone. I need you by my side. Please. I extend my hand around the corner. I sense her hesitating beyond the bed. I'm begging you. I can't see what's on the other side, but a vision of her reaching out to put her hand in mine wells up in my mind. But that story never had an ending. What? She doesn't take my hand. I doubt the girl ever wrote that letter. She's not there when I turn the corner. Why? How did things end up like this? Where did I go wrong? Oh God. Oh, and here comes the maid. Look at this. Your error was likely your kindness. Thoughtlessly, haphazardly, spreading your generosity. But that generosity came from your own desire to avoid pain, for your own happiness. What should I have done? I can't take this. Everyone was happy. Nellie used to laugh and smile. She once meant the world to me. How did things end up like this? Not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. If you pretend like nothing happened, then perhaps they can go on smiling in your head. But regardless, you must follow the path you tread. It is your path alone. The path you chose when, in that moment, you decided to run. Make the wrong choice in those moments, and you shall find yourself on the road to ruin. I would have been better off not knowing, better off in the dark. I just wanted those tranquil days to last. They were supposed to last forever. At some point, your childhood must come to an end. And that ending may not be the one you anticipated. I can't stand this world. You yearn for a world that would treat you with kindness. What should I do? What should I have done? Someone, please, help me. You should return now. If you spend too long out here, you are liable to catch cold. Now, let us return to our own time. Are we returning to the present without Mell and Nelly, or... That creaky noise. Yeah, sounds like we're back. Rose Manor. The crestfallen young man faded into the distance, and the decrepit double doors clacked shut. Through the shattered glass, you could see only the ruins of a garden. Not a single rose growing within. You had evidently returned from the past. In the garden, weeds grew taller than people. You found it difficult to look at. A wolf howled in the distance. The children, the sea of roses, and the white-haired girl were nowhere to be found. You and the maid who called you master were the only people present in the mansion. What happened to them next? Oh, master, you would know better than I. My, you cannot remember? It seems this is quite serious then. Worry not. My loyalty lies with you, master. I still think that master might be Mell. The mansion has witnessed it more yet. Let us make our way to the second door. So are we gonna time travel again, but in a future situation compared to the last? Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back to the kitchen into the tea room. Her palms were still cold. You felt as though you were clenching ice. Master, do you wish to know the truth, no matter what may be hidden within? Or, if it's something you would be happier not knowing, would you rather remain in the dark? Oh, is that so? I wonder about their father. Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, then perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe because he did not want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions. But those pages of his stories remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale. Oh, hold up. What? Hold up. Nope. I must have accidentally... Uh, I think I accidentally put on auto somehow. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well. But theirs not of consequence. To whom? I cannot tell you. You and the maid crossed the entrance hall, continuing your trek. At some point, the fire in the fireplace had faded to embers, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. The small flame illuminated her pale face. On a whim, you asked the maid about herself. About me? I am a maid devoted to your service, master, as I have said. Oh, what was that? You're interested in my name? You flatter me. I truly do appreciate the question, but you're more than welcome to simply call me the maid. Yeah, but I still want to know the name. Also, it would make me much happier to hear you say my name after you have recalled who you are, master. So we're gonna learn her name at the end? A subtle smile rose to the maid's face, after which she began to lead you down a first floor corridor. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter. Oh my, is something the matter? Did you come across something peculiar? Um, Hold on. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared. I wonder if it's saying, like, had just a candle and no one holding the candle, indicating that she might be a vampire. Or if it was just a description they gave. The maid had not appeared in the mirror. Well, there's my answer. Though she was not the only one without a reflection. Yeah, I was wondering about that, because he only mentioned the candle, despite the fact that we were holding hands as we moved. You reached the end of the corridor. Neither of us showed a reflection. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. You have more interest in this mansion, master, than in a mere maid, do you not? Right now I'm more interested in the maid than the mansion. Though it pains me to say as much in your presence, master. This house is cursed. Because, after all, the maid's alive. The mansion seems to be long gone. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, master, it was because you had not returned. But when you remember your true self, the Mage's curse should be broken. What? Because he had not returned. Interesting. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there was a beast living within. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood. I think I'm ready to... Well, we're gonna see here. The second door. Seven, 1707. I forgot what was the year of the other one. Was it 1500s? The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful, flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. Hold up. It had been about 50 years. And she was part of the Flexen families. Yeah, I mean, if there was need of any more proof that she's a vampire, the, the amount of years she lived, the fact that she did not show up in the mirror, yeah. And it seems like we are a vampire as well. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain here for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this area. However, one day, I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I'm almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls, and there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Oh, okay. Though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. And what is up with that noise? Is anyone there? Although I'm unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Okay. Oh my. This is quite something. Oh my god. Look at that. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had careless rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels, soaking the floor. What is this, a werewolf? His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them. I feel I might be right here. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast, or perhaps a half-beast. There was another sort of odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. It was blood. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword, far too nice for him, lay on the floor by his side. Did he steal that weapon, or did they try to stab him and it got stuck on him? I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time, it had an imposing gleam. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood and the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master. You know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Ah, yes. Yes, I understand. Did you come here knowing what kind of place this is? If you are in want of money, you're welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. I don't know. I don't think it's the way he's dressed that's the problem here. Then you can trade furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing, after all. Are you talking about Red Riding Hood? Oh dear. I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite a predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I had found someone who did not fear the mention, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you, perchance, be my new master? The mansion sat near the ocean. Wait, was it near the ocean all this time? I thought it was just by a forest. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating. But you could see the beautiful clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against the backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Though it was tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villagers. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under a new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. Also, I miss the old music. We bring that back? In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus, the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so, I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. Wow, the clothing are still there? However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of the garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. Yeah, that's what I imagined was. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast, in order to teach him proper table manners. Although, with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, There was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen hair family's time. Now, you mustn't eat with your hands. Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty? You eat using a knife and a fork. See? Like this. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. I don't think he'll like that. Oh my. What are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. I don't think he cares much about speaking. Worry not. We have plenty of time. All the time you have, in fact. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be able to understood at all. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master? Or am I mistaken? Your name, that is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? Yes, please do. I am called... Really? Really? So something that has a B, something, and then an E. Bestia. Bestia. Your name is Bestia? I see. Then this is what I shall call you, Bestia. But yeah, we still don't know the maid's name, huh? My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. Well, you can ask yourself that, Master. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master, should I ever have the chance to hear a name, I am certain your chew shall become more substantial a present. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. And thus begins my tranquil days with Bestia. But you know what? I feel like... Yeah, I think we're gonna stop here. Might be a little early, but I don't know what's gonna be happening next, so yeah. So we ended the story of the Rhodes family. Yeah, there we go. So we ended the story of the Rhodes family, and we skipped at least 50 years into the future, with the maid still there. And now we have a beast, possibly a werewolf, Bestia, in the mansion. And it seems that both the maid and I are vampires, as we do not appear in the mirror, and she clearly lived for over a century. I wonder if the silver-haired girl was also a vampire, or only us. Because she seems of importance. Well, only time will tell. But that is all for today, and with that being said, See you next time. Bye.